space, which is certainly going to be a good space for storage or whatever. Probably not a very good space for a bathroom, but I think we already figured that out. The floor here is the same modern floor as the kitchen, which will all come up. And here they'll be able to put down the spacers, the igloo spacers, to, you know, let this area breathe a bit more. Then the floor we have all ready to go in this section is the granilla, like the other two. And Alessandra is saying to you order a piece of stone that separates these two rooms that's inserted here, and then this piece is the other granilla. They don't all match, but they'll blend together if you separate them like that. Then you come here, and your step that goes down into the kitchen. Also, we're planning those the cimentine that you wanted, the gray, red, black group to do the kitchen, and so there has to be a row here of something that's going to highlight this area so that people see immediately that there's a step. Then you come down into the kitchen. It's not going to be possible to elevate the kitchen to this level because it's already so low, and you have to, by law, have a certain amount of headway, so there has to be a step. Can't do anything about that. We thought about making it into a ramp, but then you've got these two other doorways, so that isn't really a good idea either. Anyway, this floor will come up. We'll see what's under it. If you're lucky, maybe they just place the floor on top of the old floor, and we'll have something interesting underneath that we can recuperate, but you know, we'll have to see how that goes. Without electricity, Nick isn't able to use the demolitory to take some of these pieces out yet, so this is something to look at. Hopefully they'll be able to take out enough here so they put the spacer underneath for the humidity, and this will be nice and cleaned up. It's really filthy and really dark in here, so you're definitely going to have good lighting. And this window idea that is, of course, the best possible alternative is, again, a point interrogativo, a question mark. This can be moved. I told you they want 500 euro to change it, just to move it. The electric company has to do it. There might be the drain tube. It looks like from the outside, the drain tube from the bathroom comes through here into the septic system of the town. So we don't know yet, until we get all these things off, what can or can't be done here. The number one possibility is certainly to make you a window. That would be great, but we have to see what's possible. The sink was to go here. That sink that Gabriella gave you is just the right size to fit into this area. Then you have the under sink area where you have your storage. It can be done where the sink is inserted into the wall. So this whole area underneath is open. You want the dishwasher. If we put the dishwasher in here, it goes onto the same drain as the sink, so that's a possibility. You can have a little curtain pull. You can have the dishwasher to be seen. You can have the under space. This wall would probably have to be brought out because the dishwasher is going to be 60 centimeters. It's going to be out here. But one thing that we were thinking of was that this could be built out as a preparation area along with this, you know, to have a nice big, you could do it with, what's the word, brick legs, let's call them. They could be here and here with stone on top, with shelving underneath, so that you've got, you know, places for putting away different things. The same thing here. The idea was you've got light, so it's a good preparation area. You could have a nice big piece of stone come here, or marble, white marble would be good for also doing baking and stuff. Anyway, these are ideas, and you could have, underneath your shelving and whatnot. This is really disgusting, but probably it's recuperable. Show a good light on there, and really disgusting. It's never been cleaned. This is what they hung the cooking pot from. And there would have been, this would have been closed with a kappa on top of it. So this has got to be cleaned as much as possible. A tube inserted that goes up to the roof. Get as much of this stuff off as possible, no matter whether you're going to use it or not. Then you could have your stove in this area. Here, down here is original. This is the way the sedentary stone here is. So you can see where it goes this way. This is like a limestone from when this was a Pleistocene sea. So anyway, your stove can fit in here. The big stove that you want can fit in here. The wall can be built up behind it to have your flue in the back, and that'll be cleaned up. And then your stove comes out catty corner in this way, and your prep area can be cut to fit it. Then we're talking about the potager, wanting to have a potager or an agua or something else in here, and that certainly can be done. It can be right here, it can be here. Actually, for heat, you want to put your potager or your wood stove as far as you can from the flue, because you get a lot of heat from the tubing that then, you know, is hung from the ceiling to go to it. And that's something to explain to you later. Here, there's a niche where there was at one time a doorway that went into that room on the other side, the ground floor left room. But it's been closed up, and I mean, you could open it, but you could only open this piece of it. But then you've got the other door over there. That's another thing you can think about. I mean, it's only probably a brick thick. The rest of it, you see how wide this wall is. It's probably 60, 70 centimeters. Here, there's been new brick put on top of it. It's probably been widened at some point. Who knows why, but there's nothing really to recuperate on this wall if you take this off. Likewise with the ceiling. This whole room, the walls and the ceiling are not in terrible shape, but there isn't really much that you can show, you know, a vista. But I think you're going to have enough interest when you come in here. You use that very ornate floor, very old, interesting floor. You're going to have all of your appliances and everything. And you want the kitchen to be as cleanable as possible. So you might want, you know, a certain level of tile up so that you can clean. Anyway, just to say that, you know, we don't think that there's any place where you want a wall and ceiling, a vista here. This ceiling is so filthy with smoke, but Nick thinks it's recuperable and could be, you know, just cleaned up a little bit and painted, so maybe save some trouble.